Hello everyone and welcome to a new lecture, regression. So in statistical modeling, regression analysis is a statistical process for estimating the relationships among variables. This is a fancy way of saying that we use regression to create an equation that explains the value of a dependent variable based on one or several independent variables. Let's get our data. Okay, so now we already have that um, okay, so we have this df dot. Okay, so once we have that, we need to decide what columns we want to perform the regression on and which is the dependent variable. I want to predict the grade based on the age, hours of exercise, and hours of study. Okay, so now first regression. Let's run our first regression. Import stats models dot formula API as SM. Okay. Result sm.ols formula grade age plus exercise plus hours data is equals to df dot fit now result summary. Okay, so standard are warnings, standard are errors. Assume that the covariance matrix of the error is correctly specified. Okay, so we have this. Okay, so the formula format in line 2 is one that you need to learn and get comfortable editing. It shows the dependent variable on the left side of the tilde, which is that kind of approximate sign, and the independent variables we want considered on the right. If you look at the results you get from the summary, the r squared represents the percentage of the variation in the data that can be accounted for by the regression. 0.664 or 66.4% is good, but not great. The p-value represented here by the value of p is greater than in the absolute t represents the probability that the dependent variable has no effect on the dependent variable. I like to keep my p-values less than 5%, so the only variable that stands out is the age with 59.5%. Okay, so let's rerun the regression, but leaving out the age. Okay, so now import stats models dot formula dot API as sm result sm dot ols formula is equals to grade exercise plus hours data is equals to df dot fit result summary. Okay, so we have this. Okay, so looking at our new results, we haven't changed our R squared, but we have eliminated all our high p-values. So we can now look at our coefficients, and we will end up with an equation that looks something like this. Let me write it down here. It will be like this. Let me move that down to markdown, and you can have this. Okay, so now your turn. Now create a new column where you convert gender to numeric values, like 1 for female and 0 for male, or 0 for female and 1 for male. Can you now add gender to your regression? Does this improve your R squared? We have some couple of questions. Now, here. Okay, so you have to solve this.